Hi, everybody. Listen, there seems to be confusion, and it's probably on my part. So let's talk about this a little bit because when we're doing the distance hybrid education, a lot of the stuff is going online. So there could be a little bit of a communication breakdown as to where to find the stuff. And I know in the beginning I was experimenting with a couple of different things, and I believe I told you guys. But if you're on full distance ed, I may not have told you because it's hard to figure out where I communicated and where I didn't. So I want to kind of share with you in Teams, and I'm going to use my app that I have, and I'm going to use Fifth Period Culinary. It's the same for World Cuisine. Your assignments are basically essentially the same. And yes, if you're in both classes, you only have to do them once, but the food handler. But if you do the COVID and the kitchen safety, I mean, you might as well attach it twice, make my life easier. But if you can't, just tell me where I can find it. I'll give you credit in all the classes. It just may take me a while. But really, I wanted to talk to you guys about. I put the food handler one in here, and everybody did it. Almost everybody did it, and that was good. Okay, that's fine. Um, I was experimenting with that, and it looks like this to you guys. And then you read it, and you clicked on the link, and you did it, and that was good. Some people found where to do Food Handler 2, and I'm assuming probably those same people found where to do Food Handler 3. I haven't even looked at Food Handler 3 yet. I was about to, but I thought maybe this video was important because um, some of you may be confused and just haven't said anything yet. So essentially, if we go to class notebook, and I don't know how you guys get to your OneNote, but this is where I'm putting modules, and I want to share with you the modules under the content library. If you look at the food handler module, it had food handler 1, which you've probably already done, so don't worry about that one. Don't do it again. Food handler 2 is right here. So food handler 2 will load up here eventually. It may not in Teams as much as if you do it on OneNote. You can also open this file. You can download this one and open it. Okay, you can save it as, and you can open it up. You can double click it, and it'll ask to download it, and it'll open it up in a PDF file. Takes a minute though, because it's a pretty large file, but it takes a minute. Oops, that's not it. There we go. It's downloading still. That's why. Okay, so and then this is the form you need to fill out. This is Food Handler 2. It's not really a test. I expect you to have the PDF open in one window and this open in another one. I'm going to go over here to OneNote and open it up, maybe under Fifth Period Culinary Arts. We'll go to Food Handler module. Well, there's 2, and there's all the stuff. So what you should do with 2 is you should right click, open this link, copy the link, um, let it open in a whole different window, and then you should be reading this material, and then in that whole different window, okay, open it up under my account. Yes, yes. You should be answering the questions, okay? Which items need time and temperature control to keep it safe? These are based on the pictures, I believe, in Food Handler 2. So back to Food Handler 2, we roll, we read. These are the things that need to be kept safe. These are the things that need to be read. And then, oh, look, apply your knowledge. This is the things that need time, temperature control to be safe. So these are the 9 pictures. Amazingly enough, if you open up that form in browser, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kind of like we planned it that way, right? So you click on all of these that are going to apply, not just one, any of them that need time, temperature, control. Hit next, go on to the next question. When you finish, it submits. I get it in a spreadsheet format, and I can give you credit in classes. Then when you go back to your OneNote, Food Handler 3 is the same way. Food Handler 3 opens up here in this window. Here's the link. You click to fill it out as you read, just like the instructions right here say, fill it out as you read. Okay, that gives you credit. I'm noticing that a lot of you jumped ahead in the teams and went ahead and took the food handler quiz because you thought that's what you needed to do next. And that's fine. Let me show you this here. Because I put it here as food handler module, and that's the quiz, student view. Okay, this is the quiz you clicked on to do. So many of you didn't score as well on that quiz as you would have liked to have. So if you email me or send me a remind message, and be sure to tell me what class you're in if you do send me a remind message, I will reset your individual test so that you can retake it. But I have to do that on an individual basis. So you need to tell me you want to retake it. Remember, you have to be 75% or better. So I've got a couple that are really close. You might want to retake it. A lot of 80s and 90s, which are fine. Some of you that aren't scoring very well, I see it's because you haven't done the food handler packet, which is why this video is there. Now, I've marked them missing, and will probably mark Food Handler 3 missing this afternoon, but I will correct that and give you full credit once you get those modules done. If there's any other questions about where to find Food Handler 2 and 3, send me a message. Let's get this cleared up in the gradebook so we can move forward. Also, remember, based on your class, depending on what class you're in, you have other material you should be looking at. Culinary 1 should be looking at Culinary 1 material, and World Cuisine has not only the history, which you should have looked at by now, but there is a section on some starches and some fruits and cooking rice and some other things on there that you should be taking a look at in your home time, or if you're a distant learner in your class time. Okay, distant learners, we will start some cooking projects like the rice, for example. You should have cooked some rice at home, and in teams, there's a space for you to attach a rice, pictures of the rice you cooked. So that's the first thing. Culinary 1, if you're a distant learner and you're at home, there will be some kitchen labs coming up really, really soon, probably as soon as next week. We're going to want you to start cutting vegetables. So I will get that out to you hopefully later on this week. All right, guys, that's enough for now. Please send me an email if you have any questions. Let's make sure everybody's on the same page moving forward because there's a lot of material. This is going to fill up with a lot more material here in the next coming up weeks. Okay, but we should be done with food handler. You should have all sent me your lab safety sheet signed. You should have all be done with the COVID certificate by now. These are things that need to be done, so make sure you get them done. Have a good day.